Hi, this is Lucy and welcome to a Fallout 76 Building 101 episode. As you can probably tell, today I am in the Ash Heap. And although I have built here before, I'm not sure if I've done a video here before. As you can see, the big crane is behind me, so we are near Welch, and over on the right that is Beckley. So today's camp is something I saw on Pinterest. It was a model from an artist who thought that because of land being a premium, that people would take to the skies, and it had a kind of steampunk vibe, and I kind of did it a bit steampunk, but I'm limited on what I can build with for that. So I decided, because it's 76 and we're in the Ash Heap, I would call it the Grunge Punk Sky House. So here it is. Now, I am in a custom world because I build these on a regular world and then I rebuild them on my custom world because A, I can guarantee clear weather. I don't think it is ever this clear in the Ash Heap or in the real world. But also because it saves me having to gather resources again and again and again, because it's very costly to build pretty much every week. So it is scrappy and it is a floating camp. I will show you where we are on the map, just in case my description wasn't clear. This is Welch. We're just down from the abandoned mine shaft 4, and over here we have Beckley. So I really like this camp. It's a keeper. Unfortunately, I have so many keepers at the moment that I'm going to run out of build slots. But I have a new series coming soon on a different character, so that will give me a bit of breathing space. I have my vendor down here so that low-level people who don't have marsupial or a jetpack can at least use my vendor. I did see a video from Uranium Fever last week that made these amazing chuck wagon vending stations, which I loved, and I did ponder putting one on here, but because I've only got this one story off the ground, because I wanted to suspend it, there wasn't really enough clearance, so I used this minecart, and it's also sort of meant to represent some of the functionality of keeping the house in the air. I have my conduit ladder. So I have gone fairly scrappy and I've tried to jam pack it full of stuff. I do have a sleeping bag down here so that if I'm in a rush, I don't have to run all the way upstairs to use the bed. I have never used this chemistry workbench before, but it kind of worked in this environment. Obviously I have Fetch here. He does get a bit confused, but he can get out and then he walks underneath, on the ground, he walks underneath his kennel and teleports up through the floor. So that works. I used a combination of the new glass pieces, the greenhouse set, the original warehouse set, and the new brick set. So this is the workshop. It is a completely full workshop. It has everything. Oh well, I suppose actually technically it does not have a brewing station. This is the main living area. I managed to get these conduit railings attached to the ladder on this end. I could not attach it on that end. I tried everything. So yeah, I hate you too, 76. So lots of light, very kind of industrial, kind of grunge that I was going for. I did manage to get to this door in the correct way, I will show you how I did that. I have a little balcony here, so you can enjoy the ambience of the Ash Heap, which on a regular server, as I said, looks really dark and dismal, but I've always liked this view of Beckley, so it seemed like the best place to put it. This is actually a fridge. I did want to put the fridge up in the kitchen, but these railings, because they come out so far, I had problems putting stuff in that area. This is the bedroom. I had intended to put a roof garden up, but it's a floating camp, but I have made use of a lot of half floors. So it kind of means the walls are offset, and I couldn't get a covered kind of area up here to make a roof garden. So I decided to make this kind of conservatory so you can lie on the bed and star watch at night, I guess. Little bathroom with the library. It's sort of, I suppose it's supposed to sort of represent sort of random collections of stuff. So I might change the bedroom up. I do tend to, some of my camps I keep and I embellish over time, but I'm happy with this. I'm 90% happy with the kitchen counters. I wanted a metal counter, and I felt that the stash boxes, these units were just a bit too low. So, but overall, yep, I'm happy. And it's got this nice view. And it even has a rudder and little fans on the side to, you know, change direction. Directional thrusters. So, right, I will show you how I built it. Right, we're going to start by putting down 6 foundations, 2 rows of 3, like so. I have raised them up a little bit so that I can get foundations around them, because we will be moving them a little bit. Be aware when you build here that there is a dog and a raider just beyond this point. I kill them every time, and I have put turrets out because I got attacked a minute ago. So, right, we are going to build the floating part of our camp. We're going to start with a wall. You can use any wall. But as you know, I'm obsessed with the barn walls, so mainly because it's very easy to see which way round they are. We're going to go this way round. And we are going to put a catwalk down. I'm going to use a quarter. You can use a half, but just remember that you used a half or a quarter, because we'll be moving the foundations by the corresponding amount. Right, we add a ladder. Then you take the catwalk and the wall off, and you have a floating ladder. We're going to add some floors. Now, be aware that there are half floors in this, so you want them going in this direction so they match. We are going to put 4 full ones like so. Now, if you've never built a floating camp before, be aware that once you place these floors and this ladder, you cannot remove them. You can remove them by, if you get stuck or make a mistake, place another ladder down, attach a foundation to the bottom so that this is connected to the ground, and you will be able to take it all down, but you will have to start again. So just be aware of that, and be careful. On this end, we are now going to add 2 half floors, and the same on this end, if it will go where I want it to, like so. Now this is the workshop area. We are going to add a half floor on the top here. Whoops, we are going to fall off. And then a full floor. And I did it the wrong way round. Never mind, we're going to have to live with it. Right, now, before I add any more floors, this level is bigger than the level on top. So I will start adding some walls. Now, you will notice if you try and add a wall that the foundations do not match. So we are going to move this back, foundations back by 1/4. And again, it will hopefully become apparent as to why as we go on. So we are moving these all down by 1/4 because the upper floor got offset by 1/4 when we added the ladder. Now, you will see now that the foundations and the floors line up, and that is important. Right, the bottom of the building I did using this warehouse set. Now, what you will find is when you go to add this wall, it will not go on because the floors are offset because of the halves. So we are going to add a doorway there underneath, hence having to get the foundations lined up, and this will go on like so. This doorway will not come off at the moment because this needs to be a doorway, but there we go. If we take that off now, we can make that back, turn that back into a window. Same on the other side. And I have in fact done this wall incorrectly. I was pondering. You can remove walls, it's just floors and ladders that you will have a problem with. We are going to add halves along here because we have this sloped roof here. So and we can add the roof now. I just used these pieces like so. That gives you a better idea now of what floors you need to add. Now I don't know whether to continue with them the wrong way. I'm going to, yeah, just ignore this one. like so. We need another ladder. Just go on. I keep pressing the left stick in because in No Man's Sky I can go into build camera mode. And you've got to make sure that you get it in the right place, because if you put it down in the wrong place, we have to start again. And again, and again. And then the next floor will be the same as the preceding one. These can be very tricky. And then 2 halves again. Try not to press A when it goes into the wrong position. What's happened here? Ah, okay. Something's gone wrong. Has it? I should have put another half floor here, then a full floor. I mean, to be honest, I'm starting to think, just use half floors. So it should look like this at any rate. So, on the level below, we are going to add some walls. I used the glass greenhouse walls at the front. I mean, obviously you can use whichever walls you want. Now, because there are walls underneath, the side walls should go on fine this time. I used these ones. Now, to get this door in, I'm not going to put this doorway in at the moment. I'm not going to put the so I want to show you how I got that door in. Now, I will just show you briefly. If you add this doorway is on here, but it will not fit in. But you can put one of these in and then replace it. But the doorway ends up 90 degrees turned. To get the door, the off-center door on, I am going to put a floor down half like this, because we are going to offset by a half that way and then a half this way. Then I am going to build doorways up here. Like so, until you have a doorway that is basically in the middle. We are going to add one of these doors and then convert it to this door, and as you can see, the door is in the correct place. Now, to get this doorway off, convert it to a wall and store it or delete it. Now, this is take 2 because for some bizarre reason, I will show you in a sec, we will I had a wall that would not go back in, and it turned out it just didn't like the metal. So anyway, we're going to put our doorway in here, and then we are going to move these foundations back, and yeah, see, well, that won't go in because we need a wall underneath it. I had a problem getting this in, although it's going in now, and I have no idea why. Right, so this build is a bit glitchy. Just persevere. Right, we have a few more floors to add. We need to add a balcony for our doorway here, and 2 on the front. And we need to get a garage door in here. Now this again can be a bit glitchy, because it's wanting to go the wrong way. But there we go, it went in. I put a generator on a shelf to power this. I used one of these, but obviously you could use one of the regular ones. To power one of these doors, I am going to use a switch here, like so. And I am going to wire this switch. You can actually just, it'll go through the door. Just wire it to the door effectively. Then, I can never remember which side, right, that side. With the side with the connector facing out, just get a shelf like so. Put it up a bit further. Put your generator on the shelf. And then wire your generator to your switch. Like so. Because we have no logic gates, you either have one on the inside or one on the outside. Right, we're getting there. I'm winning. Kind of. We need a roof and upper floors. Right. Upper walls even. We're just going to go around and add half walls like so. Before I place the last wall, there is something I want to show you. Actually, I can't, but anyway. If you take these floors up now, before you've added the walls, the game will not let you. You have to have a foundation, even if it's not connected, in a build when you're building any walls, floors, stairs, anything like that. So if you take the foundations up, you would not be able to get this wall on. I don't want to take the foundations up yet, just in case it all goes horribly wrong. Right, we're going to add these. Like so. And then these roofs, whichever variant you like. Probably don't want the open window over your bed, it might rain on your head, but you get the idea. To do the bathroom, I just put a half wall there. To get the sink in, I have to confess, I couldn't get the sink far enough back to be able to walk past it, so I flamer trapped the wall, pushed the sink up to the wall, and then repaired the wall. I do have a video on how to create conduit railings. It's quite old, but it still stands. I did do these slightly differently. I actually used a safe and a curved, the small curve, like so. And I put it as far along as I could and as close. And then this will float above. Just need to make sure that one angle is... Come on. You always try and do stuff quickly in videos. So that is the basis for the railings. To get that curve touching the stairs. Like so. Can't get that one in, again you need to flame a trap. And then to create the circle, you just, once you've got the straight part on, just that one will snap in like there. When you take that off, some parts will disappear, but you can just re-add them because the railing will be floating. So that's how I did those railings. Last but not least, I guess, just add whatever railings you want around the balcony. I used these ones. I just free placed them. Get that one on straight, and the others should snap on. Like so. And pretty much the same at the front. I just added these. I'm not going to show you in today's video how I did the conduit ladder, but I'm pondering maybe doing a video, as I've used it in 2 builds now, how I built the conduit ladder. We need to add a rudder. I did have a few problems with this, so hopefully it will go smoothly. I used this set. I think it's the Enclave set. I can't tell. Why are these pieces not all together? It's infuriating. I did have some problems getting these on. Let's turn them to wood. Sometimes, because wood is the thinnest, you will find that you cannot get something on, but if you convert it to wood, it will go on. That was how I built my giant globe, because I was overlapping walls. Right, please, please work. This, for some reason, is really... Oh, there we go. Right. Once you have that on, you need to get rid of this. The easiest way is to convert it into something that you can switch and remove. And then you have this, and you just convert it to the Enclave, so it looks like a metal rudder. It is getting late. We are pretty much done. I hope that you could follow that and nothing was too complicated. It is tricky. If you get confused, like I did with these floors, just use all half floors. I mean, that's one easy way around it. If you don't want to faff with half floors, you could make it with just full floors and make it one longer. I wanted to keep this shape. I wanted to keep this size. I was pretty much maxed out on budget. I've got probably about 8% budget left, maybe 5%. I don't know if adding an extra section would compromise the budget, but I mean, you don't have to put as much clutter in. So I hope that all made sense. I hope you liked the build. Let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching.